What's up, guys? Drone Worship in your face, and I got something in the mail from my sponsors today. This comes to you courtesy of GearBest. This is the Shine Halo goggles. Comes with a nice little case. Inside the case, I found that there is actually quite a bit of little goodies here. A charge cable came with the antennas, and this is a fun one. This allows you to plug it into the goggles and actually run this to a monitor or a TV, or you can put an inlet. So basically you can plug this in and then have like a movie going to your goggles if you wanted to, something of that nature. So it's actually kind of cool. My other goggles do not have that. So it's, again, nice little case to put it in. You can tear it down if you want to. I'll show you guys what these look like. So this is the Shine Halo 5.8 goggles. These run roughly around the $50 range. They're the cheapest goggles that you can purchase with diversity and DVR recording. There are some cool features about this that we're going to talk about here that my VRD2, my Eachine VRD2s do not have. So if you guys get a close look here, I'm going to try to pull this into the screen. As you can see, it's got an earphone port, which actually I found is for this wire here. If you wanted to run something to it, you could do that. And then it's got a charge port. This has a built-in 2000 milliamp battery. And then right here is your SD card slot. Over here is record. Then you've got your channel bands. And then right here you've got your, let's see what we got going on here. This is the channel search button. This is the power button and menu button. So after playing with this a bit, by the way, I'm going to turn it on here so you can see how bright it is. There you go, Shine Halo. After playing with this a bit, I did notice that it had some writing on the inside here. So it is giving you some readouts going on here. It tells me the date, the time, all that fun stuff. Tells me how my channel is, tells me the channel that I'm on. I have to admit that these are a little more advanced when it comes to the options menu than my VRD2s are. So these are my VRD2s, which I've been using close to a year now. These are Eachine VRD2 goggles. And I have to say that they're both diversity, they both record in DVR, they both have pretty bright screens, but the options menu on this as default settings is much easier to use than the VRD2s. The VRD2s have complicated front-facing buttons that each button does 15 different things. These are very complicated for a average user, a beginner user. This is very simple. I'm noticing. I almost to the point where I would use these on a daily. However, the VRD2s do a little better when it comes to screen resolution. These are more quality than these. This is not bad, but these are definitely higher quality screen resolution. I also noticed that the DVR that this takes is better than the DVR that this provides. I also noticed during flight that there is a tad bit of latency lag in the Shine, whereas these are instantaneous. What you see is what you get. These are just a tad, and I mean just the tad is behind. It almost looks like it's kind of more floating than anything, you know what I'm saying? So there are some differences to these. There's also a major price difference. These are closer to like $100 to $120. These are $50, and so obviously we're going to see two different technologies. I'm surprised they're able to get that much inside something like this for the $50 range. So I am going to show you guys my flight, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about the functionality of this thing. So I'll see you guys in a sec. The quad we're going to be flying is the Rodeo 110, running a 3-in-1 VTX that I currently just installed on a Devo 7 transmitter. So as you can see, I changed out the camera to a VTX, 3-in-1 at 200 milliwatts, and then I strapped a 1 cell on the top, running Devo 7. So let's go outside, fly this thing. We'll take a little DVR footage. I'll see you guys in a sec. you guys have seen the flight footage. I will tell you that it is easier to fly with my VRD2s than it is to fly with the Shine Halos. However, once again, we're comparing price point. $100, $50. There's $50 lacking technology here, okay? I am surprised you get what you get for what you get with what you get with these, okay? You get basically all of the functionality of this, but with this. There are redeeming aspects to this. Cheaper, maybe, okay? There are some things that are cons about this. For instance, that little bit of lag that just causes it to be a little harder to fly. These are completely 100% real time. These, I feel like there is just some slight delay between you and what's happening, making it a little harder to fly. Now, if you're an intermediate or expert flyer, these are probably not for you. But if you are a beginner flyer and you've got some micro whoops and you've got some tinies, I don't think you can go wrong with these. These are fantastic for beginner people that are just getting into it to understand how to fly. Okay, the options menus on the top are just completely 100% laid out for you. The screen looks great. There are, like I said, some things I don't like. For instance, these have adjustable focal points by sliding. This does not. This is just 100% what you see. Okay, the other side of these that I wasn't too happy about is the nose placement is great. It's big, but it's allowing too much light in. I don't think too many people have a nose that large. So I am getting some light coming in through the bottom that I can see. You know, when I wear goggles, I kind of want complete blackout. Me and 100% with the screen. But I have to say, guys, for the price point, after flying this, they're not too bad. And I was flying it on a race quad. Now, it is very windy out there today, so it was a little hard to, you know, function. I mean, we're in the middle of kind of a storm, so it's very dark outside. It's just blowing a lot. So forgive the flight if it wasn't the cleanest flight ever. It was also my first time using these goggles and that camera. So, hey, I broke them in. But as you can see, I was capable of flying wearing the goggles. They're not too bad, guys. I think for the price point, they're pretty good. If you just wanted a beginner starter pair of goggles, having a DVR at this price point is a major plus. Major plus. And I can't say enough about, I keep bringing up the menu, guys, because the functionality of this menu is so much smoother and better than the VRD2s. This is like a memorization platform. It is so hard. This thing has so many buttons on the front. It's so hard to remember what each button does. This is very basic. It lays it out. Record, channel, search, and menu. That's it, man. This made it super simple. This, not so much. There is just a ridiculous amount of stuff going on. But once again, guys, $100, $50. So this comes to you courtesy of GearBest. These are the Shine Halo 5.8 FPV goggles. I think I'm going to label this for beginners because these are definitely beginner goggles. Okay, you will want to end up upgrading at some point to something like this or better. Okay, these are just the functionality of these for the menu may not be as good, but when it comes to DVR footage and actually being able to see what your flight is, these are a little better. A little better. These are definitely more beginner goggles. So don't think that these are going to be great for flying race quads, because I can tell you right now, these are great for tiny whoops, micros, stuff like that. These are not really, the lag is not, it's bad enough that if you were flying a race quad at high speed, it would really affect your flying capabilities, okay? But if you're flying micros and tiny whoops, I think this is the route you want to go. That's what I'm going to say. So guys, this is the Shine Halo 5.8 goggles from GearBest. There will be a link for purchase below in the description. On top of that, there will also be a coupon code for a little bit of money off if you wanted something to record your flights with DVR, or if you're happy with your goggles and you just want a DVR, well, here you go. If you want your friend to be able to watch a flight and you still want your DVR footage, here you go. If you got some tiny whoops and you want to play around, DVR footage, here you go. It's pretty hard to beat that. Anyways, guys, I'm Drone Worship, and I'm out. Toodaloo.